Let's meet the starting offense for the Washington Redskins. At wide,
I know that, Joe Gibbs and Richie Pettibone, we were talking to them last night, and they said that in any big game, they would rather kick off. And you can tell that the quarterback, I have never felt in a big game, wants to go in there first. Mark Rippon has to do it now. And it's important that they get off to a good start. And you don't want it to be the first. I think Kelly is in better position. He's over there. He can still warm up, let the game get started, let the game go in the flow, and go in after the other team had the ball.
One thing Marv Levy said to us yesterday about Jim Kelly, when he was talking about his strong points. He's big, yes. Strong, yes. Not the most mobile, but certainly the most confident quarterback in the NFL.
And James Lofton said the thing about Jim Kelly is he said he calls his own plays, so he has to do all that thinking. And he said one thing, a quarterback can do that, but he has to have big shoulders. And he says Jim Kelly has very big shoulders.
The Bills are 7-1 when they have lost the toss. Ricky Irvins and Brian Mitchell will be back to accept the Buffalo kickoff.
The other reason you like to kick off is you like to get your wild guys in there. And the wildest guys on any football team are the kickoff coverage guys.
Led by Steve Tasker, who has been legendary for his work on the special teams for Buffalo. Out of the end zone, Irvins will handle it out of the end zone. If that's any sort of a judgment element, the Bills are off to a good start. Mark Rippon opens at quarterback for the Redskins. There was some talk about him spraining an ankle, but he says he's fine. In front of him, Lachey, McKenzie, Bostic, Slereth, Jacoby, and the tight end is Don Warren. Biner will be the lone setback. Sanders, Clark, and Monk scheduled to start at wide receiver. And now they're going to bring it back as the flag went down on the opening kickoff.
I think it's going to be against the Buffalo Bills. I think someone jumped off sides. In a big game, you get a little excited. You tend to do that. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll kick off from the 30-yard line.
Jerry Markbright, the referee. He wants the teams back and the audience back.
Yeah, I wonder if they didn't blow the whistle.
I didn't see any flag, did you?
No, maybe it wasn't ready because they have to blow the whistle before the kicker can kick off. And I think what happened, I think they weren't ready to play, and the Buffalo Bills kicked off. So there won't be any penalty. They'll just kick it again from the 35.
They were ready to play, but too soon. Joe Gibbs, again, as you pointed out a minute ago, both Gibbs and his defensive coordinator, Richie Pettibone, said, we don't want this.
The kicker misunderstood the referee's signal.
Well, we fumbled the coin first, and now the kicker misunderstood the referee's signal.
I'll tell you, for a misunderstanding of a signal, he sure kicked the heck out of the ball. Maybe you ought to misunderstand it every kick.
Maybe so.
He floated that thing. He almost put it through the uprights. That's
way back out of the end zone. Yeah.
Now they're still waiting. The referee is Jerry Markbright. He's standing on the 20-yard line, and he hasn't given a signal yet. See, there's Jerry Markbright there. And he's waiting for something to start this game, and he's not going to start it until someone tells him to start it or until he's ready.
That was Terry Hogue standing back with Jerry Markbright, just activated. He's been on the injured reserve list. Now, perhaps we're ready. Well, maybe not.
Did you hear what he said, Pat?
Murphy's Law.
This is Murphy's Law.
The only problem is Murphy's not on either team.
If it can, it did, it would. Only in the Super Bowl.
This one's not as good. If it bounces right, it'll be handled, but it didn't. And they'll down it in the end zone. Ricky Irvins and the Redskins will take over at their own 20. Here is the Buffalo defensive unit that'll be looking at Mark Rippon, Seals right, and Bruce Smith up front. A fine quartet of linebackers, Bennett, Conlon, Bailey, and Darryl Talley. In the secondary, Jackson, Odoms, Kelso, and White Drain start at the safety spots. The Redskins out in a hurry. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends. Art Monk is the man on the move, and you'll see this all day. The Redskins always on the move, shifting and motion. Rippon, Deviner, maybe 2. Seals made the stop.
Well, the Redskins start off with a run, and you know any Joe Gibbs team, that's what they want to do. And I think they want to run left, and they want to run at Bruce Smith. But the thing they worry about that, when you run at Bruce Smith, you run away from Cornelius Bennett, who is probably the best pursuit linebacker in football.
He can run you down. 2nd down and 8. Some sort of an audible. It is loud on the field. Here's Rippon back to throw outside Clark. Maybe 3. Jackson up to make the stop.
And there is a big play right there. I think the thing that the Buffalo Bills want to do is they say that no one knocks down Rippon. You have to watch. The first time he passes, boom, he goes on his back. Now, they completed the pass, but that is a big play for the Buffalo defense.
That was Carlton Bailey, who had the key interception, the only touchdown against Denver 2 weeks ago, who made the hit on Rippon. The Redskins now go with 3 wide receivers, Sanders, Monk, and Clark. Here comes the blitz. Rippon gets rid of it, incomplete. Intended for Monk, behind him just a bit. Jackson on the coverage, and the Redskins will have to punt. Bennett put the heat on Rippon.
That's the exact way the Buffalo Bills wanted to start this game. I think they wanted to kick off. I think they wanted to play defense. I think they wanted to stuff the run. I think they wanted to knock Mark Rippon down. They did every one of those things.
Clifford Hicks back deep for Buffalo. Goodburn will punt for the Redskins. Opening series not successful, and this is not that good a kick. Leave it alone. You can see the Buffalo bench saying, get away from it. And the Bills will start at their own 40. Howard Ballard, the house. Keith McKellar, the tight end. And they will open with 2 tight ends. Thomas, Lofton, Reed, and Beebe. Metzelars and McKellar will start it for the Bills. Straight ahead is Tim Davis, not Thurman Thomas. And Davis only got a yard.
Yeah, that was interesting. In the first play, it looked like Thomas was going out there. Then Kenneth Davis just came in, and they only have 1 back there. That is not Thurman Thomas. That's Kenneth Davis.
And no huddle for the Bills. Kelly, a blown play, but Kelly makes something out of it. Got up to about the 46, a gain of 4, stopped by Wilbur Marshall.
I think Thurman Thomas is coming into the game now. I think Kenneth Davis went to the wrong side. Kelly called the ball to one side. Davis went to the other side, so Kelly had to go to the side that he called it to anyway.
Gonna make it 3rd and 5. And now Thomas is the lone setback. Kelly out of the pocket and down by Jumpy Geathers. He was the first one to arrive. Tim Johnson with the assist. A loss of 10.
We talked about what the teams wanted to do. One of the biggest things, control the line of scrimmage. The defenses wanted to knock the quarterback down. Jumpy Geathers, 97, gets a big push there. Kelly couldn't throw it when he wanted to. Then he had to run, and Jumpy was the guy who made him bring the ball down, and also had a guy who came up with a sack.
Ryan Mitchell back deep for the Redskins. Moore will kick for Buffalo. It's about his own 21. It's a good punt. Fair catch at about the 11. And so the Redskins get their second possession. They'll start from their own 11.
Number 89, Steve Tasker, is one of the best cover guys on punts in all of football. He's going to be double teamed on every play. He doesn't bother. That doesn't bother. But watch how they double team. He gets by him and they hold him all the way down. He gets down there. After that, he ran to the official and said, "Hey, let's start watching this stuff."
First and 10 Redskins at their own 11. Terry Orr was the man on the move. Biner's behind him. Rippon rolls left. Down Washington. Odoms knocked him out of bounds.
You know, Pat, I think the Redskins make quicker adjustments than anyone in football. They saw that Rippon got knocked down, so then they started moving him the next series. He rolled out. You see that little move there to Monk? He just rolled left and threw left to Monk on this play. But if he's going to stay in the pocket and get knocked down, their first adjustment is to move him. You see that roll out?
And look at the Redskins. You hear so much about Buffalo's no huddle. The Redskins do not huddle. They're going to take another look at this. I thought he got both feet down.
You know, that Joe Gibbs is one of the best coaches in the league.
The field. The receiver was ruled forced out of bounds. He would have come down inbounds. After further review, the play stands. First down.
See, now, if Art Monk is up in the air, and if he gets hit, and if the hit knocks him out of bounds, then it's okay if his feet would have been in bounds.
And they would have been. First and 10. Clark split wide to the left this time. That was Orr, the motion man. Here's Rippon. He's got Monk again. Another first down. An 18-yard pickup stopped by Cornelius Bennett. The Redskins can move it.
Here's what they have to do. We talked about controlling the line of scrimmage. Bruce Smith there, they let him get a little too much penetration. They're going to have to stop that penetration, but at least Rippon was able to get rid of the ball, but that's the second time that he's gotten rid of the ball and he's been knocked down.
First and 10, Washington. Their own 40. No score, first quarter. Super Bowl 26. Warren was the motion man. That's Biner, breaks into the Buffalo secondary for about 9 yards. Kelso made the stop, and that's not good news.
Watch this, Pat, on this play. Here's Bruce Smith here, and he comes in here, and then he takes an inside, then he gets hit here. Then that's what creates the hole for him. Watch Bruce Smith. See, he's okay there. Now watch right now where he took that inside was just the play that let Biner get past him.
Second down, about a yard and a half. Monk and Orr move, and so does Clark. Wide to the right. Biner again gets the carry, and he'll have a Redskin first down in Buffalo territory. Seals tripped him up, but he got 4.
And you can see that that's what they want to do. They want to run at Bruce Smith. And, of course, that's one thing, but that's a pretty good deal, too, because you're running behind big Jim Lachey, who is probably right now the best all-around tackle in football. Raleigh McKenzie's your guard over there. You always have a big tight end to help out. And that's a pretty good matchup. I think so far, Lachey is winning that matchup.
First down, Washington, the Buffalo 48. Again, it's Monk. And again, it's another hit in the backfield by Cornelius Bennett. A loss of 4. Bruce Smith also there.
I'll tell you, Smith made a big play that time. They were trying to run that counter tray. Now what they're going to do is pull the guard and tackle this way. Now Smith gets penetration and knocks these guys off before they can get started. See, they're trying to get the guard and tackle. You see him right now. He penetrated and knocked off Lachey. So Lachey couldn't get out there, and that busted up the whole play.
So the Redskins lose 4. Shane Conlon shaken up on the last play, and he might come out.
Welcome back, everybody, to Super Bowl 26. We're at the Metrodome in Minneapolis. The score so far, 0-0. The crowd advantage so far definitely going to the Buffalo Bills. Let's go back to our American match commentators.
Shane Conlon has departed. His position in the Buffalo defensive lineup taken by Ray Bentley. Second down and about 14. Sanders, the man in motion, ripping back to throw it. And has a man open. Clark incomplete. A little behind him. He would have had a first down.
I think you can see that Rippon's starting to feel a little more comfortable now. They're working on Shane Conlon's knee over there. He had injured that same knee in 1989. And, you know, that has to be disheartening. You come and you get to the Super Bowl and, you know, the second series of the game, you have to go out and you just hope you can get back in, especially a guy like Shane Conlon, who, you know, has so much spirit in this thing.
And has had such a great year. 3rd and 14. The Bills jump around on defense. Warren was the man in motion, and they come with a blitz. Rippon to Monk, complete first down, Redskins. James Williams was the Buffalo defender. 19 they got. They needed 14.
Hey, you see Art Monk, this is going to be the 3rd pass that he catches. Here's an amazing guy. I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's quick. He just knows how to play the game. He uses his hands, his feet, just catches anything. 12 years in the game, and the guy hasn't slowed up. He just every time he plays, he just amazes you.
You know, he told us he thought he had slowed up, but nobody else thinks so.
You talk to a defensive back that has to cover him, and he'll say he won't.
Orr was the man in motion. Rippon again gets it to Monk, and Monk breaks the tackle. Monk to the end zone, out of bounds inside the 5. Knocked out by Kelso. 31-yard gain.
And we talk about all the things that Monk does well. We're going to see one of them here, the run after the catch. You know, he's so big and so strong for a wide receiver. He thinks, 1, get open, 2, catch a ball, and after that, he just swings him up like it's a fly or something, and then get the ball in the end zone.
There was Jackson. He swatted away after he caught it. 1st and goal. Redskins at the 2.
You know, Monk is a 6'3" wide receiver. He's 210 pounds, so he's not one of those little guys.
Riggs is now in the backfield, which they have done so often, behind Terry Orr. Riggs maybe to the 1, stopped by Bennett.
I tell you, the drive is going to end here either with a touchdown or a field goal attempt, but you have to give Art Monk a big play for it. 4 of those catches, 79 yards, were from Art Monk. Let's look at this from the blimp here. Here's what the goal line looks. Heavy jumbo, 4 tight ends in there. Again, you want to control the line of scrimmage here. They don't get the linebackers blocked.
Again, it's Riggs, the deep back behind Donnie Warren. That's Riggs. Not in. Hit by Lodish. No gain.
There's Don Breaux on Joe Gibbs' right, trying to come up with a play. This becomes a long yardage here, and this almost becomes a passing situation. So they're going to go from heavy jumbo, where they had their 3 tight ends in, back to their 3 wide receiver offense, because even though they're still on the goal line, it's now a 3rd down and passing situation goal line.
And it's Biner as well as the posse. Monk, Sanders, and Clark. Biner is the runner. Rippon roll right. Touchdown, Redskins. Art Monk. From Rippon.
That was an Art Monk drive. 5 catches for Art Monk, 81 yards. That's a one-man gang. Of course, Someone has to throw it, and someone has to block for the guy that throws it.
Give Rippon an assist.
Well, you see what they did? They started moving. The first series, they were drop back. After that, they see that they were going to get some rush up the middle, so Rippon started to move the pocket. And then also, he started to look to Art Monk every time. Again, on this drive, 5 catches by number 81.
Lohmiller with Rutledge holding will try for the extra point to make it 7-0 Redskins. Here's the touchdown again, John.
You know, that's what we talk about, that the guy can not only get open and catch or run after the catch, but at 6'3", he can get up over any defensive back. I think they're looking now, did that second foot get in? See that foot, that right foot is right on the line. So they're going to look at this, and they may say this isn't a touchdown.
Could be.
He catches a ball. He's going to come down there with 1 foot, and he's okay. And I think it's that second foot that doesn't get in. That right foot right there steps on the line.
Touchdown, I think. Well, we'll still have to wait and see till they review again.
Well, we saw
have a reversal.
A reversing.
Fourth down on the 2.5-yard line.
Yeah, his right foot was out. See, the left foot's in.
He gets a little nudge right there.
Well, the only thing they could have said if Jackson pushed him out. But that doesn't go if his feet aren't in the air. See, that's when both feet are in the air and you push him out. If the feet are on the ground and you push him out, then that doesn't count.
So it's still a scoreless game. Lohmiller now, instead of the extra point, for the field goal from 19 yards away. And a fumble, Rutledge does, and Buffalo comes away. Cornelius Bennett hit Rutledge. And the Redskins, after a very impressive drive, get no points. Remember that.
Mark Rippon does have confidence, though, but I think the Buffalo Bills are going to have confidence, too. That ball was a good snap. It just went right through Rutledge's hands.
You're exactly right. It's still 0-0. Remarkable live shot of the Ice Palace. And Harriet Island over in St. Paul, what, 12 minutes away from the dome? And that is some remarkable structure.
Yeah, we went by there yesterday. In fact, it's just across the street from the hotel where the Buffalo Bills stay.
Kelly back to throw it. Up the middle, incomplete, and picked off. Edwards. Brad Edwards gives the Redskins the ball back. Andre Reed, the intended receiver.
And I'll tell you again,
back in business.
That Jim Kelly was knocked down. You watch this, part of it is going to be Edwards. The other part of it is going to be the pressure. Charles Mann is number 71. He just goes inside of Ballard right by the running back, and he just hits Kelly just as he throws it. Watch him. Just as he throws the ball, he hits Kelly. I don't think that Kelly ever saw the defense. It gets tipped around. Edwards is just sitting back there in a zone, and he comes up with the interception.
And there comes Wilbur Marshall, right behind Mann. The Redskins take over.
That's what Richie Pettibone says. He said every time he goes back to throw, we're going to try and knock him down.
Ricky Irvin's the running back. This is the guy they fear. That's good defense. Herbie Jackson up to make the stop.
That's very good defense. Watch how they string this out. They get penetration up the middle. That makes Irvins come to the outside. Watch Cornelius Bennett, number 97. He plays that superbly. In fact, he was being held on the play. I think the Redskins, if they're going to run, they're going to have more success running to their left.
2nd and 10. No gain by Irvins. He'll get another carry. Here comes the reverse to Sanders. Sanders tripped up at about the 11. Again by Jackson. Got a couple of yards.
Hey, that was a heck of a play by Jackson, because anytime you get a reverse, you hope that the offside stays at home. And so someone, one, has to stay there, not be fooled, and then two, make the tackle.
Here's the end of it.
See, now this is a good open field tackle. Ricky Sanders has a lot of moves. Jackson didn't go for all of them. Made a perfect tackle.
3rd and 8. Ripping back to throw it. Ball batted up in the air, and the Bills come up with it. Jackson makes the interception. The Redskins twice get close and come away with no points.
Two big plays by Kirby Jackson. The first one was the tackle, where he didn't get fooled by the reverse, made a great open field tackle, and then he comes up with a tip ball and interception. Again, we talked about control of the line of scrimmage. We're talking about putting pressure on the quarterbacks. That ball was tipped right there by Cornelius Bennett.
And by Jeff Wright.
And then knocked up in the air.
Right.
And then Kirby Jackson, who had a couple of big plays down in there, comes up with it. I think that's a quarterback. Mark Rippon has to find a lane. He didn't find a lane to throw that one through.
Kelly and the Bills in a hurry. First down from their own 10. Kelly. That's Thurman Thomas. Not much there. He got 3 yards before he is stopped by Andre Collins.
Yeah, if we watch the tip in the last one, there's Cornelius Bennett. I think it went right through his hands, and I think Wright did get it.
Here's Kelly to Andre Reed, a Buffalo first down. Stopped by Marshall, but they get some room after a 12-yard gain.
The Redskins are on this no huddle. The Redskins didn't know if they would be able to substitute, but they are substituting.
Thurman Thomas, the ball carrier, stopped by Monty Coleman. He only got a yard.
You know, with the no huddle, they have a regular pace and a quick pace. Jim Kelly says they wanted to start with a quick pace. If the ball gets snapped before 25 seconds, that's a quick pace.
Kelly to throw it and gets it outside to Thomas, who looked up the field before the ball got there.
Yeah, both of these offenses look a little tight now in the early going here, especially the Buffalo Bills. The Redskins did have that great drive, and then they had the touchdown, and it was reversed. In fact, that was the first reversal of a touchdown in a Super Bowl game.
3rd down and 8.
Kelly is audibilizing now. He tells the right side to play, then the left side to play. Now he's using more of the clock because he had to audibilize.
Back to throw is Kelly. And does a pass caught by Lofton. Buffalo first down. Edwards made the stop. 19-yard gain.
Yeah, I think we have 2 amazing receivers in this game. Art Monk on one side, 12 years. James Lofton on the other side, 14 years in the league. And these guys still do the things that a pro has to do. They know how to run, they have quickness, get open, catch the ball.
They're in a hurry again. No huddle for Buffalo. Thomas tripped up. Maybe 2. Tim Johnson stopped him, and again the Bills don't go back and get together.
You know, the thing that they would like to do is they would like to go with the pass and have the Redskins honor the pass or respect the pass so much that they can get some lanes for Thurman Thomas to run in.
Reverse coming to Lofton. Lofton fakes a pass. It is stripped up. Ball's loose and out of bounds.
That was some kind of play. He faked the pass, but there was no one downfield to pass to. Andre Reed makes a block. He was just trying to get these defenders off him, you know, like a quarterback will do sometime. And he went out there and he just put that ball up there. But to get to that position, he gets a little block by Andre Reed just before this.
Loss of a yard. Fred Stokes was the guy who made the big play, knocked it out of bounds. Lofton, the last guy with possession.
Yeah,
so it's still Buffalo ball.
Jim Richer was down there trying to get it out of bounds because he knew that if they had it last, and if it gets out of bounds, they get to keep it.
And the clock will start on the ready for play. The ball was fumbled forward and out of bounds.
Watch number 83 there. Wide receivers don't want to do that, but if Andre Reed doesn't block Wilbur Marshall, that plays a 10-yard loss.
Third down, about 11 now. And the heat goes to Kelly, and Kelly comes out of the pocket, and down he goes. Tripped up by Wilbur Marshall.
Again, they're going to put the heat on. I think they learned from the Denver Broncos last week. One way to play against this Buffalo offense is to blitz it. And I think that the Buffalo Bills sent out invitations in the championship game, and I think they're going to keep getting blitzes until it doesn't bother them anymore.
Mitchell back deep. Chris Moore to punt it for Buffalo. Mitchell back to the Redskins at their 10. Another good kick. Out of bounds at about the 19, and the Redskins will take over there with 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter and no score yet.
I'll take your car. Trust me. I'm a doctor.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the first quarter of Super Bowl 26. So far, a whole lot of big plays by a lot of players, but the play that the guys up here are saying was most significant was the touchdown that never was. Jerry, talk us through it.
Well, the guy's going to go in the back of the end zone. What you have to decide, was he pushed out so his foot could not come down? I think the surprising thing about taking the touchdown away is that the official
not only made that decision, he did it so quickly.
You can tell you're at the Super Bowl. At a normal time, that would have taken all day to make that decision.
All right, it's good to see him doing it quickly. Let's go back down to the field.
Pat Summerall with John Madden. No score yet with 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Redskin ball at their own 19. First and 10.